Woo, I love that intro.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
awesome.
We love it too, for sure.
Yeah.
Man. Welcome back, Metal Summoners. It is day 2 of our doubleheader here on TMS. Shout out to everybody who joined us yesterday for Terrifier Tuesday, but it is Wicked Wednesday now, right back on schedule. As always, this is your Island of Misfit Toys. Myself, Angel, we're rocking out with us. Motley is making an appearance today. He wanted to say what's up to Race the Rat, and we are really, really appreciative that all of you guys show so much love and support to not only what Angel and I do, of course, with Steve working behind the scenes, and of course to the artists that we get to talk to about everything that's going on in their world, from their music to their tours to everything in between. So as always, Metal Summoners, we appreciate you guys for always tuning in and rocking out. And we're going to jump right into it. We're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to kind of get our prayer on, possibly do a little bit of sinning, because in a little bit over a week, we've got the Sunday sermon, which you guys are familiar with previous guests, as well as, of course, our TMS alumni and Brad and Will. But let's talk a little bit about a band that is on the bill, and that is Race the Rat. We've got Jeff, we've got Skins. First and foremost, thank you so much, guys, for giving us a little bit of your time this evening, and welcome to the Metal Summit.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
No, absolutely. An absolute pleasure, of course. And, first and foremost, man, congratulations are in order. As far as Angel and I know, there's cool new Race the Rat music coming up for everybody. Yeah. And it's always got to be really exciting, for any band, any artist, when they've got new things to churn out, new children to birth out to the public, and new music to hear. So let us know, of course, based on what you're allowed to talk about, when it comes to Race the Rat music.
Jeff, you want to start?
Well, we're getting ready to release an EP. With the last song still being mixed, I believe, right? Skins, you're in the middle of doing that.
Yeah. So we've released one already, which has been very well received, and then we released the second one just I think about maybe a week to 10 days ago, which is a cover of the Beatles song "Help." And so that's just getting out there, just starting to hit the population. Then we have a third one that's going to be released after that. So we're at end of April. So we're probably looking at the beginning of June for the next one. We're going to let Help get some traction, and then we'll release the next one after that, which will be called Killing Floor. And then we've got a couple more songs coming out after that. So sometime in the early to midsummer, we're going to release an EP, a 5-song EP.
Right.
But the way the music market is now, doing a full-length album and releasing the whole album all at once, I don't know if that makes any sense anymore. So we're just kind of feeling our way through this and seeing how it goes. But so far, the 2 singles we released are starting to do pretty well.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure if they've been spinning Help on 97 Underground or not, but I know Pray Hustle and Shake's been getting some good traction there. So
yep. I don't think that Help has hit there yet, and it hasn't hit the North Carolina market yet, but they have it, and I think they're just waiting for Pray Hustle and Shake to kind of start to fall off the chart, and then they'll add Help after that.
Right.
Hopefully. We put all that effort into it.
Pray Hustle and Shake was at number 5 last week, I think.
Yeah.
Of their top 20. So
yeah, it dropped this week. So,
did it?
Yeah. Okay. I think it's down to number 8. So maybe when that one gets down around, 20, they'll add Help, hopefully.
They'll send Help.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, send Help.
Is there any rule that you cannot have 2 songs in the charts?
No. Except I don't know. Most programmers don't want to do that. It's I guess
come on.
That's too much Race the Rat,
No, it's not. Come on, 97 Underground. Get it the fuck together. What's wrong with 2 songs in the charts?
Well, I
All of
know 90.
I'm coming to M3 next week. Don't make me
Yeah.
come see. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, you talk to him, Angel. We gotta.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
I'm
it.
coming
We
M3
gotta
next
have some
week,
more.
97 Underground. Don't make me come get you.
Well, we had some. So I'm dealing with this with another band that I'm in because we also released a cover last January, and I know from talking to the program director at 97 Underground, he's just not really into covers, playing covers that bands are doing. So, yeah, so it was bad timing because I basically had 3 bands that I'm in that all have released covers as singles.
Yeah, but I bet you he listens to Smoking in the Boys Room. Come on, dude.
Yeah, of course.
You listen to Smoking
know?
in the Boys Room, then not bitch about it. What the fuck is your problem?
That's
Yeah.
the real theater of pain.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm coming to M3, so see me.
Yes. Yep.
It's too much
I
pain.
appreciate this.
But we're not going to be smoking in the boys' room because that's bad for your health.
No good. No
And
good.
no vaping.
No vaping. No vaping in the boys' room. No vaping on the plane.
Yeah. But yeah, we're excited to be back out playing. We've got some shows booked, and we last time we played was last December. I usually spend a lot of time away in the winter, so I'm not available so much to the band. So we played right up until the time I left, and then we start playing as soon as I got back. So it's awesome. I really love this new music.
Absolutely.
It's been well received too. It's
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we have been playing it out live before we actually started recording. We were playing it, and it's getting good response. So.
Yeah, we're kind of old school like that, where Jeff and I'll write a song, we'll get it pretty much what we think is finished up, and then we like to try it out on a stage in front of people and get some feedback that way and see how it flows live. Because if it doesn't like flow to us live, then it's a little weird recording it, that way. So we'll write a song and we'll play it out. We have no qualms about playing it out live and letting people tape it on their phones or whatever. We've already got it copyrighted and all that stuff. So then we'll test it live and maybe we'll tweak the arrangement or something a little bit, and then we get in the studio and track it.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely a topic that like Angel and I have discussed with bands before, for sure, is like road testing, live testing songs with the crowd to kind of get that response.
Yep. Yeah, I love doing it. Now, some of the other bands I'm in sometimes will have gone in the studio and tracked a record and have never actually played all in the same room at the same time on that song until we rehearsed to go play live. So that's different, but everything's different. Every band's different. Every band has their own way of doing things. And for us, this is our way of doing it. And
Absolutely.
It's probably a little bit more old school, I guess.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I like giving it a test drive, live. See what happens.
Having a little trouble there, Jay?
I'm having a lot of trouble here because of this guy, like right here.
There he is.
I know, Motley. You don't have your chair to like chill on like you used to. Don't get camera shy now. You brought this on you.
Well, now you got to pay him because he's on camera.
Yeah, exactly. No problem.
Uh-oh. We got dueling cats.
Got dueling cats.
Oh, there we go.
He looks pissed.
He does. Oh, what was that? He
He's
just
like-
looked up. He just looked up at Jay like, "Hey, where's your cat?"
Yeah.
That is funny.
Don't get
Yeah,
feisty
okay.
now. You brought this. Really? That's
Well, when you have Race the Rat, they really want to
Oh,
race
yeah.
the rat.
They're looking for a rat.
chased by cats.
I
Yeah.
think this one he would just bring it to you.
Yeah.
Drop it at your feet.
My 2 dogs are in the house.
Here's a
They
gift.
they would be causing chaos in here if I had them in the studio for this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. Suffer, deal. You poor little, such a bastard. No, hell yeah. When it comes to race the Rat playing out live, you guys played recently, when me and Brad and Angie and Babes and the fam all came out to see you guys played with, Spread Eagle over at halftime recently when we came out for that. And also, of course, Spread Eagle being the headlining band for the upcoming The Sunday Sermon, which we're definitely going to want to talk about. But what I kind of want to precursor everything with is it's such a solid lineup for Race the Rat now. There's just so much like firing on all cylinders. You guys all seem to have so much like solid chemistry with you guys and with Matt playing in there as well, that it definitely seems that you've got a really just solid lineup for Race the Rat.
Yes. Yep.
I think so. I think there's a sense of maturity, and everybody's good at what they do, and there's not a whole lot of drama. I mean, we work around Skin's schedule, but that's the only drama we have, really. But no, it's I'm comfortable with it, and I know I would think that everybody else is, and
yeah, and let's not forget to mention Jim Wiley, our
Jim, of
drummer.
course.
absolutely, yeah.
He was with us on the first record, and then he left for a little while after that for some family issues and stuff that he was dealing with, and then we were fortunate enough to get him back for this record. Phenomenal drummer. If there's any old school people that are around, he used to be the drummer for a band called Honor Among Thieves way back in the day.
Yeah.
And just been a phenomenal drummer. I love recording with him. He's super easy to work with, super fun, and he's got a great family. They always come out and support us when we play. So yeah, it's a solid lineup, it's a solid band right now. Very good.
Absolutely, for sure. And kicking it off next week, with the Sunday Sermon, where it'll be on May 3rd, the day after M3, Sunday, May 3rd, over at Fishhead Cantina. You guys will be playing with a great stacked lineup for that. But not only talking about that show, but also talking, of course, with just what are your plans for 2026, with the new music coming out, and then your plans for playing out, again, of course, respectfully based on what you're allowed to talk about.
Well, we've got something coming actually in June back at halftime, and the same headliner
with Spread Eagle again. So
Yep, I'm actually going to be at that show.
This is going to be our third gig with Spread Eagle.
One announcement about that show is that if a certain radio DJ is not able to host it, I'm going to get the nod to host it, but I'm still going to be there.
Okay,
that show.
Awesome. At the halftime show.
Yep.
Oh, awesome. Cool.
Yeah, so I may be introducing the band.
No, that'd
If
be awesome.
he doesn't show up, which I hope he doesn't, because I want to host it. Because I'm hosting the show in Clifton, the record release party that Spready was doing.
Okay.
I'm hosting that one. I can say that. But this other one, if this person cannot host,
Oh.
flight
Maybe-
delays,
Maybe someone can pull a Tanya Harding and give him a little rap in
or
the
I'll
knees.
just,
yeah.
or you know what? I'll just send them to the strip club. Be like, and just keep them up all night. Be like, you can't make it? That's all right. I'll do it.
Sorry about that. I'm seeing Will Mass is joining us. That's awesome.
Yes, I get to see you guys twice.
Pre SR71. Yep.
SR70, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-SR70. that's
So,
right.
oh damn, I forgot Jay was talking. Sorry, Jay.
No, you're good, brother. No worries, Angel. Rock it out.
I was gonna ask the band for the EP. Will you guys be having like listening or a record release party to celebrate?
We haven't really
Jeff's
discussed
question.
any of that. That's my question.
You answer.
I have no idea. We're not that far down the road yet.
that
Angel.
requires
Okay.
like some forethink, and I don't think we've thought that far ahead yet.
Yeah.
Because if you guys do,
It does
and
sound
you
like
need a
good idea.
host, and you need a host,
Yeah.
you
There you
know,
go.
We
me and Jay
we,
can host
we
it.
definitely need to actually do something.
We really
Thinking
should.
ahead. So we got to plan something sometime this summer. We got to get something going.
Hey, Ken.
Yeah, because I need to get the fuck out of Jersey more often.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's up, Ken? Shout out to our bro, Phoenix
Ken
Custom.
Shepard.
And I'll see you
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah, takes care of all the Metal Summit shirts as well as other shirt needs by people we know and people that might be present.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up, Ken, for the booty shorts.
The
You know,
booty.
the fangs, the Metal
Does he-
Summit logo.
does he have your size, Angel?
Damn. Well, I'm getting. I gotta lose weight, so I
We
gotta
can
lose
te-
the weight.
We can text him that. We don't have to do it on the air.
Angel's a thong guy.
No, Ken's
a
Ken's
thong
been a big help to a lot of the bands in the area, getting
Yeah.
shirts done, and we've used him for another business that I have going on right now that he's been a big help with that as well.
Yeah. He also does videos too, not
Yeah.
porn. He does music videos. Yeah, just to confirm, he does music videos.
Yes,
I saw that movie he did.
no nudity.
No nudity.
I gotta
Okay.
Google that.
Oh,
you-
Will's got a good idea. He just typed.
Oh yeah, Will.
Yeah.
Hey, well, think about what that's a viable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good
Little
idea.
Q&A session,
Mm-hmm.
you know, kind of thing.
Here you
Yeah.
go.
Shirt.
Here you go,
Yeah.
Angel. This one's for you.
I got your shorts, pink cutoffs.
Damn. I need a drink.
It's going to be like that real shiny material.
Oh, yeah. Could put some sequins on there in some
Oh,
special
dude.
places.
They're gonna call them Angel Dukes.
Right?
Well, Jay, you got connection to wrestling, so there you go.
Absolutely, for sure.
Could have a matching Mexican mask. One of
There
those.
you
What do they
go.
call those things?
Luchadors.
Yes.
Oh, I actually got one of those.
He actually has one.
Yeah, so we're playing that Sunday at the Sunday sermon, which is oh my
Yes.
god, the lineup is an awesome that lineup with those bands that's going to be one hell of a show. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an early show, but people are going to be so exhausted after that show they're going to need to go home early and sleep because it's going to be a
Yeah.
rocker.
And I think we're early on that bill, so everybody.
I think we're second. I think we're second. Yeah. And then I think what's the name of the first band? I think they're called like Bitter Luck or something.
Yeah,
Damn it.
Bitter Luck kicks it off, and
Yeah.
then I think
Then
Thrill
us.
Kills is after you guys.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think,
remember if it's. I don't remember if it's Thrill Kills after you or Rat Rod. Will says yes, second.
I don't know.
Yes. So I think I think it's Bitter Luck, us, Rat Rod, and Thrill Ride,
Thrill
and
Rod.
then Spread Eagle, and then there's a break, and then Vicky's Dream comes on. I'm really looking forward to catching Bitter Luck because I've been hearing really good things about this band. I haven't really caught them yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about them.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see them. The other bands I'm interested to see too, but I've also I know a lot more about those bands. So
Yeah.
I've seen them. So I always enjoy them too. I always enjoy the guys in Rat Rod. We're like we do a lot of shows together. Yeah.
Yeah, we
it's
play
like-
together with those guys a lot. So.
Yeah. People like to pair the rats together. So
And they all say, and everybody comes in and says, "Is this a rat tribute?" No.
Yeah.
That was gonna be
No.
my next question: is do you guys ever get confused for that?
Yes.
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
Like you're not called Round and Round, so we cannot really.
Yeah.
We
And
played
Race
with
the
a
Rat-
band that had Round and Round. That their name was Round and Round, didn't we? Was it? Was it the last
I think we
Spread
did.
Eagle show?
I
Yeah.
think we did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
it
the
was-
one. Yeah, that was the one
Yeah,
that
there was-
that we came to at a halftime.
Yeah.
Spread
Yeah, there was
Okay,
a rat tribute band.
Eagle.
That might have been their name. Yep.
There's just
That would
there-
make
there-
sense.
There was so much rat on that bill.
There was a lot of rat.
The Eagles were feeding well.
Yep.
Yeah.
You want to distract us, just put a wheel of cheese out on the dance floor. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's gonna be a great show. I mean, talk about a packed weekend. Holy shit,
Yeah, for sure.
with the Dillman thing going on Friday, and then you got M3 on Saturday, and then the Sunday
Yeah.
sermon, and not to forget Will Mass's what I forget what he calls it, but it's the Friday show at Fishhead before the
It's in the
Dillman thing.
afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, if you're not deaf by Monday, you're doing something wrong.
No, 100% for sure.
Yeah.
When you look at the shows that you want to play out at, is there anything about the style of show or the location of the show that you guys really try to keep in mind when it comes to booking? You know, obviously band styles, you know, other bands on the bill that you guys would fit with, as opposed to playing with other bands that might be a little bit obscure for you guys to be paired with. But how do you guys like to look at the shows that you choose to play?
You would like to think that, but hell no, we're whores. We'll play any place
Yeah.
you let us
We've-
play.
yeah,
So,
we've
I mean, we played with
backyards.
Attacker. Remember, like 2 years ago, we played with Attacker.
Mhm.
That what is Race the Rat and Attacker? But we'll play.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, you never know. I mean, as long as you get in front of people, you never know who's going to like you. And
Oh, yeah.
and audiences don't always skew one way or the other. Some, they're kind of open-minded, and yeah, I mean, we don't target. We've played backyards, we've played big stages, we've played small stages, we've played clubs that don't have stages, and we played on the floor. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever we got to do to bring our music out there to people, we'll do.
Absolutely, for sure. When it comes to the actual writing for music, especially with the new EP coming out, how do you guys find your writing style like works best? Are you like just kind of constantly writing? Do you like to go like riff oriented first, or are there titles that kind of strike your fancy? Like, how have you found the band dynamic works best when it comes to writing music?
You want to go, Jeff?
Interesting. For as far as lyrics, there are the first single off of this upcoming EP, Pray Hustle and Shake. I saw it on the front of a T-shirt one day. Guy came walking. I said, "Put that in my head." And I came back and I wrote lyrics to it. And Skins came up with I think we were practicing. You were just kind of jamming around, and he came up with the riff, and I started singing. I said, "I think I got something that'll work with this," and so we started practicing, and it worked out. Of course, then he goes home and he'll record something more formal and send it to me, and I'll do it's like a scratch vocal track over here from here and send it back to him, and he'll do he'll organize the damn thing, and we'll make something out of it. So
yeah, we have a couple of different ways that we kind of write. Sometimes just all of us together in a rehearsal space, I might come up with a riff, and then we'll just start jamming. We've done that multiple times, and then Jeff will run over and get his phone and start thumbing through his phone, and I'm like, why is he on Facebook while we're jamming right now? And then he'll actually pull up a song, like some lyrics that he has, and start singing off of his phone. Other times, Jeff's, as you can see in the background there, he's learning to play guitar, and so he'll come up with like a little chord progression and some lyrics and send them to me. A lot of times I write riffs like nonstop. I've got like a million of them in my phone. I've got a million of them on my tablet. Every time I come up with something, I'll just kind of throw my record on and get a little track on it. And when I go back and listen to some of those, I'll go, oh, you know what? I bet Jeff has something for this. And then I'll pop it into I'll pop into Pro Tools and I'll do it to a click. So I'll do like a little segment of it to a click track. So it's in time, maybe with some fake drums on it. And then I'll send that to Jeff and I'll say, what do you got? I mean, honestly, like sometimes I don't know if the music part that I just wrote is a chorus or a verse, and then I send it to Jeff, and then he'll put his thing on it, and I'll go, oh yeah, we got a chorus. Now let's come up with a verse, or the other way around, or, and it varies. I mean, one time we were working on two separate songs, and I said, I really like the verse from this song, and I really like the chorus from this song. let's stick them together. And he was like, no, I don't think we should do that. And then I and very quickly in the studio hashed them together, and he listened back and went, oh, damn, yeah, that's good.
Better,
So,
yeah.
yeah, you kind of
If
never
we can
know,
make
like,
if
you know.
we can make it better, we'll do it. I mean,
Yeah, you never know which way it's going to go sometimes. But yeah, generally it's me and Jeff collaborating one way or the other, whether it's him starting an idea or me starting a riff. I don't write lyrics or vocal melodies. I leave that up to Jeff, and I just write like the music parts and the riffs and stuff like that, and then work on the arrangement. So once we get sort of like a verse and a chorus or something together, I'll then kind of hack them up in Pro Tools and arrange it, come up with an arrangement that I think works. I'll send it back to him, see if he's got any input, and then we kind of got an idea for a song, and we'll start playing it out, see how it flows, and then we might tweak it a little bit from there before we record it.
thank you, Will.
Thank you, Will. That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah, you never know where you're going to get your ideas from. We had a song on the first record called "Alcohol and Idiots," and that was based on something a guy said to me one day. We were talking about the fan riots in Philadelphia when they were about 2 or 3 years ago. Well, it's probably longer than that now, but
Yeah, it was
5 or 6 years ago. And the guy said to me, "Yeah, it's just alcohol and idiots." I said, "Yeah, okay." And those kind of little phrases stick to you.
Yep.
And
Yep. The same
we
way
were-
that I will like come up with a riff and put it in my phone, Jeff does the same thing with like lyrics and lyric ideas. So we're both tracking the same way. It's just different paths, and then when we
Mhm.
get them all together, it just comes together and it's a song.
Absolutely, 100%. Angel, my friend, let me kick it back up to you.
And has this ever happened where you had an idea and you just lost it on your phone?
Lost it on my phone. No, I haven't. I've been fortunate enough not to delete anything.
Yeah, I haven't lost anything, but I write so many of them that I then have to go back like a year sometimes on my phone to
Yeah, we
re-listen to
we-
stuff and be like, oh shit, yeah, that was good. I forgot about that one.
We've got about two full-length albums worth of ideas on his
Yeah.
computer there at
Yeah.
the studio. So
Yeah, and that's just the ones that we actually sat down and went, yeah, we can put this on a record. There's still
Right.
a whole lot of other stuff too.
yeah, there's a ton of it.
Yeah, too much. We got to start cranking out some more stuff too.
Yeah, well, I'm here.
Yep.
You a busy man.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
yeah. Now I have
It's all
this
good.
new endeavor
Is that-
that's
is
keeping
that a
me
cat?
busy, too.
Was that a cat,
No.
Angel?
No,
No.
Brian asked me to show you that. He does really
Who's
cool
that?
stuff like that.
Is that me? That looks like
Yeah.
me. That looks like me when I played that when I was playing with the Mathematics and I had the rabbit ears on.
Yep.
It may be.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, that's funny.
That is so
yeah.
cool how he does that.
That is cool.
Might have been one of those Sparta Inn shows.
No, that was at Fishhead.
And it's
with
not
the
your-
Mathematics.
Was that
Yeah.
Fishhead?
It was an Easter show, I think, that we were playing, and we all had like Easter bunny ears on.
Is that when you fell off the stage?
No, that was another time.
That was
Yeah, I tend to get maybe a little too drunk when I play with the Mathematics sometimes, but it's always a party, you know. Look at Ken.
it's a fun time. It is. Hey, Ken. Yeah, Ken's been around for a long time.
Yeah, that was before I was in the band. That was the old lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff's
I
the
would
only
probably-
one left from the old lineup.
Yeah. Yeah. This was my baby.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
So-
When I actually joined Race the Rat, it was I don't know when the hell it was. It was a long time ago now, wasn't it?
Like 6 years.
Yeah, maybe more than that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Race the Rat was a 5-piece playing covers, and when I joined, I said to Jeff, I really would like to do some originals. You know, I'm not really a big cover band guy, so we played out for a year or so, and then I think was Alcohol and Idiots the first song we wrote? Maybe.
No, I don't think so. I think it was Can't Talk to You. Well, it was one of those two.
One of those
It
two.
was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Yep. And that's when we started bringing originals to the band, and it wasn't really met with a lot of enthusiasm. So after a little bit of the kind of tug and war with the originals, I just told Jeff, you know, I want to just write music with you and play originals, and I don't know what's going to happen to this band, but you know, I think we got something that we're onto, and he agreed, and then we just kind of like retooled Race the Rat at that point to be an original band.
Which is kind of what it should have been all along, but you know, it is what it is. Though the originals we were playing were fairly obscure, you know, stuff that you know, like Michael Monroe, Sea Hags, and stuff like that. But yeah, it wasn't 3 Sets of Judas Priest and Aerosmith. Yeah, but
we did a show. It's pretty funny. We did a show one night. Our covers were so obscure that we did an entire set. We got off stage, and this girl came up to me and said, "It's so cool to see a band playing original music." And I was just like, shit, we just played 45 minutes of covers.
well, you know.
But then I was like, okay, now we got to go original, because
Mhm.
you know, it's it seems like people are into it. It's a much harder road to get into doing original music, but I've been doing original music forever, way back, you know, in my early bands, and doing some covers every now and then. It's fun. You know, we got a couple in the set with Race the Rat, but I'm not into doing 4 hours of cover material and covering everything from Bruno Mars to Judas Priest to make people happy, you know.
No. Mm-mm. We're used to not getting paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
We work cheap.
Yeah. You know, I would rather play to 4 people that are listening to our originals than 400 and, you know, playing Pink songs. Nothing wrong with Pink, but you know.
No, totally.
But, yeah.
So when it comes to, I guess I pretty much ask everybody this question: when do you know that when the song is completed and you're asleep at night, do you wake up and think, I should have changed this or that, or does that ever weigh on your mind once a song is completed?
Not for me.
Not for me. I find myself walking around singing Pray, Hustle, and Shake.
I like that one. I love that one.
But,
I'm like, that's the theme for 2026.
But
It's like, that's the theme for this year.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think with us, we don't have that second thought, you know, that second guessing thing down the road, because we do test the songs out and rehearse them a lot before we actually record them. So, you know, there is a little bit of kind of freelancing that goes on while we're actually tracking the song. So the song might migrate and change a little bit while we're tracking it, but we've already sussed it out so much usually before we're in the studio tracking it that we're pretty sure of the arrangement and everything. You know,
yeah, we're confident with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if anybody ever comes up to you and tells you that they like the original song Help, you guys got to tell us about it.
Oh yeah, we wrote that one.
If that ever happens.
Have you heard it, Angel? Have you heard our version of that?
I love it. I was surprised. I was like, this is, I guess, you know, with the cover, I was expecting something, this was like left field, but it really works.
Good.
I really enjoyed hearing it.
I heard that song in the car one day. I was driving home from a rehearsal, and I had like 2 hours to kill. And it came on the radio, and when I was listening to the Beatles version, I don't usually listen to lyrics. I usually just listen to music. And for some reason that night I listened to the lyrics of that song and I thought, wow, this is like a really dark song. Like
Mhm.
it comes out like really happy the way they played it. And they
Yeah,
recorded
it does.
But if you listen to the words, you're like, holy shit, like that's kind of a dark like content, you know? And I thought that would be like a good, like just to do it like a rock version of it, you know. I mean, you could even do like a goth version of it because it really is a dark song lyrically, but the
I did-
music is like upbeat and kind of happy.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty fucking amazing. Because I
Yeah,
didn't realize that till now, until you said something about it.
yeah, it's I mean, it could be construed as sort of dark, and I didn't really get it. And you know, I'd heard that song a million times, and then for some reason that night I was like, okay, I think I want to do something with this. And yeah, next thing you know, it's in the studio recording.
When you put it that way, now it makes more sense. Because I'm like, these guys are doing a happy yappy song,
Yeah,
but it
no.
works the way they did it.
Yeah, but
Nah.
it still has homage, gives homage to the original. So
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like the
But-
cover.
whether
I'm
it
like,
takes,
yep.
You see the cover, cannot tell that it's a Beatles song. It's like you've never heard of the Beatles.
yeah,
Yeah, it's 2 minutes and like 21 seconds of pure rock. they wrote some. I don't know how they got that much into such a short song. I mean, like all the Beatles songs,
all
are
their songs. Yeah,
packed with
Yeah.
like chord, like all kinds of hooks. And when you look at the like length of the song and it's 3 minutes, you're like, how the hell did they do that? Like,
all right.
just
Hmm.
geniuses.
All right, fellas, I'm about to bail on this.
All right, no problem.
No
I
problem, Jeff.
appreciate having me here.
Always.
Is your cat
Anytime,
telling
man.
you it's bedtime?
It's bedtime. All right, guys.
Well,
See you later, man.
Totally. We'll see you next
I'll see
Sunday
you
if we don't
Sunday.
see you
Yep.
before.
Yeah, we're psyched. We're gonna have a great time.
Yep.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
we are.
All right.
right,
See you,
There'll be
Angel.
the after party.
Angel,
and
make sure you wear those hot pants. All right.
I will. Are you going to stay for the after party on Sunday?
Yeah, depends. Yeah, I may.
You know what? We're going to keep you up all night.
Yeah.
We're going to keep you up for the after party. And you're going to be like,
Goodbye.
damn you, Angel.
Somebody's gonna have to bring him up a Red Bull.
My Red
Sleep
Bull, yeah.
all day.
Caffeine don't work on me that way. All right. Let's see you, fellas.
All right, see you,
Take care,
Jeff.
brother.
All right, man. Bye.
Hell yeah.
I tried
And
I tried to keep him on for 5 minutes longer, but that didn't
Yeah,
work.
I don't. He might. Yeah, he stayed a little longer than he wanted to. I know he was like, man, 3:45's coming early. He does.
Damn.
He's not working all the time now, but I know that the part-time job that he has, he really loves. But I think he's got to be there by like 4:30 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah, I sometimes got to get up that early for my part-time gig, driving Uber. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
whew, that's a hard. I've had to do that. I've had to get up that early, like to catch flights or something out of Baltimore to like head out west, and it's just grueling.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
never
Well,
ever
Metal
doing that.
Summoners, the Oh,
What's
those
that,
early
Jay?
flights.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say, remember, Metal Summoners, the 9 p.m. show is completely different than the 9:40 p.m. show. So welcome to the Skins show.
Yep, I'm flying solo now.
Nowhere to hide.
Yep. Well, yeah,
No, for sure.
metal, and I've got an acoustic guitar next to me. I need to swap that out. I need to put something more rock there.
Or we just need to, get you a Metal Summit sticker that you can just pop on that thing.
Yes, yeah,
Oh, I got one for you, buddy.
yes, I need that. Yeah, that's out because I'm working on a song for a documentary film, and we wrote like a really it's drop tuned a whole step, and it's like a real moody piece that I've been working on. So I got to get that tracked and done.
You know,
got so much going on.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm sorry, but I gotta say this. After this show, I'm going to go on the damn charts for Baltimore 97.5 and find a fucking cover song that they had on the charts.
Yes, do that. I want to know.
Mm.
They've probably had one, I'm sure.
Yeah. Someone would be like, "What's your fucking excuse now?"
Yeah, I don't usually track covers. Oh yeah, well that's true. Yeah, these guys they were doing some stuff, man. The Beatles, and God, without them, we wouldn't have a million musicians because there's a lot of people that saw them on the Ed Sullivan Show that changed their lives and wanted to become musicians after that.
Yeah.
And thank God, because there's a ton of them out there that cite the Beatles every time. It's like, poof.
100%.
But yeah, I'm not usually a cover person, but somehow everything sort of aligned this year. And I have 3 covers with 3 different bands that are all being released as singles. So I can't really say I'm anti-cover anymore, I guess.
No, but do you think? But do you think? I mean, just one example of this that happened. With this band, Hammer Down Hard, they did a song called "Fox on the Run" by Sweet.
Yeah.
I heard the song at Applebee's, and I told my friend they're playing my friend's song, but it was like a slower version, and I'm like, why does it sound different? And then I realized they've done a cover song, and I thought it was an original.
Yep. That's a great song too. Oh my God, I love that song.
So I wonder how many people would think that it's actually a cover.
I mean, there's a lot of songs that people didn't know were covers that bands had redone. Tesla, their big hit was a cover.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yep.
Yeah.
See? That's what I just said.
Well, you did say the end, but I was not paying attention to his comments at the end of the song.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even the funny thing is, a band like Quiet Riot, who I love, and
yeah, another cover. Yeah.
Alex Grossi, who's been on the show, and we love him to death. I've known Alex for years, and he's always treated me like family. Like, there's 3 songs dominantly, associated with Quiet Riot that people think of just kind of right off the bat, and 2 of them are covers.
Yep.
And people just don't really always like realize that every now and then I'll stumble across just video compilations that people put together, and they'll be like songs that you didn't realize were covers. And it is kind of funny how accurate a lot of those little video countdowns will be. I mean, people like us that have been around the scene for a pretty long time, we might be pretty familiar with the fact that this is a cover, even if we're not as familiar with the coveree or the coverer. When it comes to that song, we kind of know of the song in general. But every now and then, though, there's still a new one that'll pop out where I'll be like, oh, damn, they didn't do that song first. I thought they did that song first. And
yeah,
just stuff like that, which I always thought was pretty cool. I've always been pretty cover positive, always pretty cover friendly. I always liked my bands to be much more originally driven as well. But I always find that when you can find just kind of a fun cover that you can tweak, it can be kind of a cool little set enhancement, even if people don't recognize it as a cover song. I always think it's kind of fun to have that kind of fun, flirty break to either show like an influence or just a song that you always found interesting, even if it was in a different genre, that you're like, well, let me put some heavy guitars to this.
Yeah. And I love when we've played Help Out live. When we start it, we kick into it, and you see people's faces in the audience kind of go, wait a minute, I know that. And then when they get this moment of realization, they're like, oh shit, that's Help by the Beatles. You can see the whole thing transpire on their face, and then they're like, they smile and they're kind of like, oh, okay, that's cool. It's and that's a really good feeling. It's cool to watch that sort of realization take place on their face in real time while we're playing it.
Absolutely, man, for sure. And I mean, we spoke earlier about, Ed Sullivan and how the Beatles on Ed Sullivan got so many people into music. What's a little bit of your story, Skins? How did you get into music, man? And how did guitar become your primary instrument?
Well, so when I was a little kid, my first instrument was like pots and pans and boxes. I wanted to be a drummer. So
Angel
would,
and I get that a lot, actually.
yeah, I would bang on drums and, you know, on boxes and stuff. But then one of my brother-in-laws was played guitar, and he had an acoustic guitar. And when I was really little, like just the sound of that when he would play, um, just fascinated me. I would just stare at him while he was playing. And I remember he, you know, he tried to show me some chords, but my hands were way too small. And he said, well, when you get older, you know, I'll show you how to play. Then I had another brother-in-law who knew that I was interested in music. And for my birthday, I think I was maybe 13 or something like that, maybe 14. Yeah, probably like 13. He gave me an acoustic guitar, and he gave me a songbook and just said, don't pay any attention to the notes on the page. Look at these chord notations. And he circled them and said, learn these 3 chords. And when you have those 3 down, and you can switch back and forth between them in every order, you know, back and forth, it was like GCD. And he's like, when you can go GCD and you can go CGD and you can go DGC, like just do them every combination. Because when you got those done, come back to me and I'll show you how to do some more. And you know, by then I was looking at the chord notations in the book, the music book, and figuring out the chords for other stuff. And then I would write my own little chord progressions, and then run in. My mom worked from home in an office, and I would run in the office even when she had customers in there and just be like, listen to what I just wrote, you know, and start playing shit. And yeah, and then I mean, so I've been kind of writing my own music ever since I started to learn how to play. And then when I got older and I actually had a place where I could have a drum kit, I bought a drum kit, and I had been programming drums and I knew how all of it worked. And then I just kind of had to teach myself to play the parts that I had written on, you know, programming. So then I started playing drums in bands. I still play a little bit of drums now, but not a lot because I've messed up both my shoulders mountain bike racing. So not something I want to do live anymore. But I also play bass in a band too. So but yeah, it was just early, like really early on. It just fascinated me. I remember being at the mall around Christmas time, and they had a band playing in the mall. And the band was, I mean, this was like old school, like 70s or something. Had blue velour suits with bell bottoms and, like, you know, white boots that they were wearing with ruffly shirts, and they're playing in the main mall up in Maine where I grew up. And I just was watching the drummer, and I was like, oh man, the sound he's making with like the hi-hat and the snare was just the coolest thing ever. And I walked over and like stood right next to him. I think I was like 7 or 8. And I just stared at him. I was like, this is cool as shit. And he looked over at me, and he like kind of like nodded, like, yeah, this kid's digging the shit out of this, you know? And I was like, yeah, I am. So yeah, I've just had a fascination with music since I was a really little kid.
That's awesome, man, for sure. When it came to you getting involved with Race the Rat, like how did that come about? Were you familiar with Jeff just kind of from the scene and the opportunity presented itself, or was it just something that, you know, got pitched to you, or a social media post that you may have noticed? How did you get involved with the band?
Yeah, so I didn't know Race the Rat. We played a lot of the same clubs, like in Baltimore, around the same time. I think I was probably in City Fix maybe back then. And I didn't know him, but I had taken a break from music. I'd been touring a lot with a band that I was in called Mommy I'm Scared, and just got I went from City Fix to Rogue Squire to Mommy I'm Scared, all of them back to back nonstop, and sometimes doing dual duty and being in 2 bands at the same time, and toured and stuff with Mommy I'm Scared, and just got really, really burnt out, and got back from a tour and just put my guitars away and said, I gotta take a break. I can't do this for a while. So I was out of the music scene for a little while, and and I decided at one point, okay, I need to get back in music. And I'd had a long enough break there where I needed to get back in and start doing stuff. And I'd seen Jeff on Facebook posted that they were looking for a guitar player, and I said, what are you looking for? And he said, we're looking for a hard rock and roll guitar player. And I said, well, that sounds like me. So, so yeah, we got together and went over a couple of things, and they were like, yeah, okay, you're in. And yeah, I was doing that, and then I was in another band that was playing covers, and I figured the best way to get my chops back up at that time was to probably get in a cover band, which I didn't really want to do, but being in both those bands at the same time and having to learn all these covers, and the other band that I was in, some of the covers were very complex and had a lot of like vocal harmonies and stuff, so that really got my chops back up like right away. And we kind of went from there, and then I just dove right back into music at that point and been with it ever since. Had that little 10-year break there, and I'm back.
Absolutely, for sure. And as like a final thing on this segment before I kick it back up to Angel, when you look at just how the music scene is nowadays as opposed to where it was back, when you took your hiatus, what's something that you've just kind of noticed about the scene that you found to be something you really had to be cognizant of?
I mean, obviously the scene was not like it was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I was in City Fix, when we started City Fix, we just came right out of the gate playing original music, and there were still a lot of cover bands around. There were like, kind of like it is now. There were bands that were playing 3-4 sets a night, the only band at the bar, and we came out just playing covers. Matter of fact, our very first gig that we got, we only had 6 originals, so what we ended up doing was taking the first 3 songs that we played in the early part of the night and then playing those at the end of our set. So we really only played 6 songs because we played 3 of them twice to get through the set. They're original. Nobody knew,
Yeah.
But so yeah, now it's a different kind of scene. And back then, all of a sudden, after we came out, all of a sudden everybody was playing originals, and if you didn't play originals, you weren't getting work. And now it's the complete opposite, where the market's flooded with 3-4 set cover bands, tribute bands, and there's some really good tribute bands out there. But there's a ton of tribute bands, and they all draw really well, and I get it. The clubs are going to book them because people are coming out. So it seems like, it's back to being a swimming, upstream kind of battle for original bands. But, when I don't know what else I would do with these songs, like we got to write them and we got to play them, so I'll play them. Like Jeff said earlier, we'll play in somebody's backyard or porch or something. We don't give a shit. We'll fucking, just as long as we can play the music, we're playing the music.
Absolutely. 100%. For sure, brother. Yeah. Definitely. Angel, right up to you, my friend.
And if you could pick an album that just heavily influenced you the most, or a band, what album would that be?
I mean, that's a tough one, because when I was growing up, I listened to a lot of different music. And when I was a little kid, like 11, my brother passed on his 8-track machine and 8-track tapes to me. So I was listening to Black Sabbath. I was listening to Montrose. Just a real crazy mix of stuff, because I was listening to Elton John at the same time that I'd be like popping on Black Sabbath, So I've always had a real weird eclectic mix sort of music that I listen to. And when I'm up here, I listen to hard rock stuff. I mean, I love, the early stuff like Aerosmith and early AC/DC, Queen, but you know, when I'm down in Florida, I'm spending my time down there. I listen to yacht rock most of the time. So it just depends. You know, there really is like no one major influence. And if I was kind of tied down and had to pick one, it would be Aerosmith and AC/DC. And when people ask me what Race the Rat sounds like, I say it's like if AC/DC and Aerosmith had a kid, it would be Race the Rat. I hope. So I sort of roundabout answered that, I think.
Yeah. No, because Brian, I miss going to club, having no idea what was playing that night. No subgenre nonsense. I miss that. But I'm guilty of going to setlist.fm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm guilty of doing that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's another thing I used to do back in the day was just I sometimes wouldn't even look to see who was playing. I would just head out to a bar, and you know there was bands playing in every bar every night pretty much. So you could head up to the Paragon, and if you didn't like what you were hearing, you could drive up to the Rage. If you didn't like what you were hearing, you could pop over to Hammerjacks. If you know, I mean, there was so many bars that had bands playing. It was a great time. I mean, there's still bands that have bars playing, but now I think with back then you didn't have the internet, so it was sort of like you just had the magazines, you know, Maryland Musician, Rocks, you know, City Paper, and that's how you found out what was going on. And if you didn't happen to have one of those in your house on a Friday night, you just get in the car and friggin' go and figure it out, you know, as you went.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I still remember going to 7-Eleven. Metal Edge magazine was $2.50, and Hit Parader magazine, I think was $3.50 or $3.25.
Yep. And
Yeah, Hit Parader
Cream,
magazine was
yeah.
just a bit more expensive.
Yep. Yeah. I mean I miss that kind of back in the day, you know, like when you could look at an album cover and I would read the credits and see people's names on there that I had no idea who they were. And sometimes they were the actual artist in the band, but it was their actual real name, you know, instead of their stage name. And you're like, who the hell's that?
Yeah, especially for ASCAP.
Yeah.
Like they always had the real name there.
Yeah. 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 And then you're like, wait a minute, what? Who's that?
Yeah, that would confuse me. The one thing that I never knew with Bon Jovi on the New Jersey and Slippery When Wet, I would see the name Hugh McDonald,
Yep.
and I had no idea that he was playing bass as well,
Yep.
even though it was Alec John Such. Had no clue. And I remember when we interviewed Desmond Child, I was like, I just see your name, but I never knew what the hell you looked like until Behind the Music with when I saw him on Behind the Music, I'm like, oh, that's what he looks like.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Hugh McDonald, it was in the band now. It has kind of been their bass player for the whole time. And Alec John Such was their live bass player. You know, yeah, I don't think he did any of the tracking in the studio back then.
Yeah, like the intro to Living on a Prayer, that's actually him, John. Hugh McDonald.
Yep. Yep.
And on Runaway, he was playing. Yeah, he played on Runaway.
Yeah, and the guitar player on Runaway was Tim Pierce.
Yep.
Studio musician who was he was actually a live guitar player for what's his name, Rick, the guy that was on General Hospital, the doctor guy.
Springfield.
Rick Springfield, yeah. Yep. He went from doing the Bon Jovi thing to going out on tour with Rick Springfield. Now he's been a session guy for like 40 years.
Oh wow.
But yeah, it's like everybody, I'm sure Richie Sambora probably gets asked about the guitar solo on Runaway, and he didn't write it or play it. You know?
I'm sure he has some kind of answer for that.
Yeah. probably like, yeah, I wrote that.
The check comes to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the check's still going to him, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, and Desmond Child wrote a good number of those songs with Bon Jovi and Richie.
Yeah, and and that whole thing started with Kiss. Like, he wrote "I Was Made for Loving You," and then
Yep.
John was like, "Hey, do you know any outside writers?" Yeah, Desmond Child, and then Aerosmith used them, and Cher, and
Yeah.
a whole bunch of others.
Oh yeah, that guy's got some mailbox money.
Yeah.
Just every day he goes out to the mailbox and boom, there's checks sitting in there. That's a pretty good way to make a living.
Yeah.
You can go to the
So-
grocery store, nobody mobs them, and
Mhm.
So, as a musician, you ever use TikTok? Because I know people discover music that way, which at first I would find weird. I'm like, really, TikTok? I'm not a TikTok person, so that's why I gotta ask.
yeah, no, I don't know anything about TikTok. I'm still trying to figure out Instagram, for crying out loud.
I'm not a TikTok person.
No, for one of the businesses we just started, we've been told that we really need to have a TikTok presence, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to hire like a 14-year-old kid to advise us on this, because I have no idea what the heck's going on with TikTok.
And that's how I found out about TikTok, through like my 10-year-old nephew.
Yeah,
Well, it's like TikTok. I'm like, what, you want to play tic-tac-toe? And he was just doing weird stuff. And
yeah,
I'm like, what the hell is TikTok? I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not
I mean,
on
I hate this. I hate to sound old, but yeah, I am, I guess. So the beard doesn't lie.
No, when it came to the whole like TikTok thing, I kind of fell into that like genuinely by accident. I was late to the party. It was already the new cool trend. And the funny thing is like I had a friend who would like send me like videos because we were both into like horror. So it'd be like they'd be trying to send me like, horror decor shopping or this movie thing or this movie that. And I would go to click on the video and it would take like log into your TikTok account. And I'd be like, I don't want to. Can't you just show me the damn video? That was the whole point. So I really ended up like opening up an account just for the hell of it, so I could see these videos my friends were sending me because I just got so over it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Same
I mean,
thing.
it's cool. Like I enjoy just kind of like casually scrolling. I mean, like most social medias, there's so much nonsense and so much sadness that's all over it. So I do try to like, really pick my battles and only really be on there like seconds at a time. And then I just try to use it like any way that could like benefit the shows and stuff like that. So like, a former producer of ours had opened up a TikTok account for TMS, and I ended up finding a way to link it to my account so I could jump back and forth. Same thing that Ron and I do with our horror show that we do. He started a TikTok for us, and then I just kind of linked it to my account because I do a little bit more of the socials, on behalf of both TMS and V&D. But like, then it's just kind of like it's just kind of cool, it's just we kind of use it as a promotional tool like, hey, check out who's coming up on the Metal Summit. We're going to talk about these things, and it's going to be a great time, so come and hang. But I try not to spend too much excessive time on social medias just in general, because it's just a sad existence there at times.
Yeah, it can eat up your day if you just start going down rabbit holes. But yeah, I probably need to, for this new business endeavor I got going, I definitely probably need to get involved with TikTok somehow, or get Ken Shepard's daughter to teach us how to do it.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's not, I mean, I came from an IT background as well, but once I sort of got out of the IT stuff, I just went back to rock and roll and forgot everything I knew about IT.
Absolutely, brother, for sure. So, Metal Summoners, you guys have been absolutely killer. Like Ken, Brian, Will, Ava, like you guys have been all so rad. Kicking ass and rocking out with us tonight. We're gonna have Skins on with us for a little while longer, but we do want to be very respectful of his time because he's given us so much of it already. But we also want to make sure that we are, well aware and cognizant of everything that he might have going on this evening. So we're gonna rock out for a little while longer, but that means it is last call for alcohol. So any final questions, comments, anything that you guys want to do? Will, thank you so much for rocking out with us a little bit this evening, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
Yep. Thanks. Well, I saw Dave Dillman on there earlier too.
Yes, and Dave, yes, absolutely. Dave, we saw you on there as well, for sure. Lisa, we saw you pop on as well, and we really appreciate all of those courtesies. So last call for alcohol there, Metal Summoners. Any final questions, comments that you want to ask Skins about what's going on with Race the Rat or anything involving him personally is definitely the time to do it. Before we allow him to relax for his evening. And so, Skins, that being said, there was one topic that we talked about briefly off air that we just kind of wanted to touch a little bit of because it is kind of new news and it's just kind of a very, very cool thing. And that's your involvement now with the name and the branding of Hammerjacks. Of course, very huge when it comes to Baltimore. And we definitely look forward to having you back on in the future as we discuss to have a full deep dive into all of that. But what can you tell us about, getting involved in the branding and having the name Hammerjacks, especially with your longstanding history with music?
Yeah. So, going back to the day I used to hang out at Hammerjacks all the time. I played there a bunch of times. The first time I played Hammerjacks, I literally thought, okay, like we've made it, like this is like the best thing ever. It was such a magical experience, such a magical night the first time I played there. And then I've seen so many different shows there. I mean, everything from Cyndi Lauper to the Ramones I've seen at Hammerjacks. It was an amazing club. It was a moment in time that we'll never be able to go back to, it's just the way things are. We move on. But when we found out that the Hammerjacks brand and intellectual property were going up for auction, I kind of joked about it with my partner Maggie, and it was sort of a, oh yeah, that'd be fun kind of thing. And then as the auction got closer to a closing, she was like, we should do this because it's such a huge like brand. I hate to call it a brand because it's like just this legend, this legacy. But it needed that reverence, it needed to not just die this quiet, outro and go away and not be ever heard of again. So we decided, okay, well, what are we going to do with it? Because, we're not going to open a 15,000 square foot bar because that just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
A 7-day-a-week bar, if you look back at the old calendars, they had touring bands in there 7 nights a week during their heyday. Bud Becker was booking the shit out of that club. It was friggin' amazing. But we're not going to be going back to that. So we needed to figure out, well, what are we going to do with it? And one thing that we talked about is Hammerjacks is no longer a bar, but it's what we consider like a lifestyle, it's a lifestyle, and everybody that goes to these festivals, including newer people that are coming, like they're living the Hammerjacks lifestyle.
Yeah.
And we need to preserve that and get it out there and get people like involved in it. So we decided to go ahead and pick up the brand. And I mean, where else could you buy a brand for that cheap that has international recognition? I mean, we've been to Europe, and if you wear a Hammerjack shirt in Europe, there's bound to be somebody that walks up to you and just like, oh my God, Hammerjacks, we were down in Key West and Maggie's wearing a Hammerjacks tank top, and I mean, she was out one night and we had people like that were walking down the street going, "Oh my God, Hammerjacks! I can't believe I haven't seen that in ages." And we were in a bar and this guy came running over and he's like, he goes, "I haven't seen that in so long. I just got to tell you, like that bar was amazing. I love that bar. I was in the Navy and we had like 48 hours docked in Baltimore. And they told us, hey, when you get off the ship, go out, enjoy Baltimore, have a good time, do whatever you want. You got 48 hours. The one thing you can't do is you can't go to this bar called Hammerjacks." So, of course, that's the first place they all headed to. and you know, this is 40 years later. And the guy's like, I had the best night of my life at Hammerjacks. And I can't believe it. And then, you know, now we are friends on Facebook and we've texted each other and now he's coming to M3. You know, he's like,
Nice.
"Oh, this is awesome. I want to come see M3. I want to come see you guys." So yeah, it's not a bar. It's not going to be a bar. It's what we call like a sort of a lifestyle brand, but we do want to bring back shows. So, you know, we have a division of the company that is going to be like a Hammerjacks live concert promotion business. We want to put on shows. We want to bring some of the old bands that played Hammerjacks into shows, and we want to mix them with some new bands that people may have or not heard of, and get them, you know, in front of some of these people. You know, I know some of that audience. Like I literally heard at M3 this year that a couple of people were saying, "Why is Buck Cherry on the bill? They're a new band that shouldn't be on there." And it's like, Buck Cherry's been around for 25 years. You know, like how old do you got to be to get on an M3 bill? You know, yes, a Hammerjacks cruise. Maybe we might start small with like a canoe or a paddle boat and then work our way up.
Nice. I got a paddle.
The Hammerjacks dinghy.
Yeah. But no, we've already
Paddle boat.
oh, there you go. He's got a paddle.
Yeah, welcome to the freak show.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna ask why you have that, but
Yeah.
Gotta get up that creek.
yeah. But yeah, so we're probably gonna start small. We're co-sponsoring the M pre-party, and we're co-sponsoring the Sunday sermon with Will and Brad. They've been generous enough to let us get our logo and signage on there. And we're going to be doing some more shows in the future that are going to be local, but we're really targeting 2027 to get into the big market stuff. It'll be the 50th anniversary of Hammerjacks. And we've honored some of that old those when they started that lineage on a lot of our products, you know, that we have, including like our koozies. You know, I don't know if you can see that, but on the bottom it says legendary since 1977.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So, you know, we're honoring the whole list.
We're going to check on the connection real quick there, Metal Summoners, and make sure that everything's still going all right with skins. And oh, we got you. We got your back, skins. So, well, hold on a second. One second, skins. Your volume's not coming through. Everything was going good, but now we're having a slight volume situation. Angel, if you want to check on that as well, brother man.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that we get everything good. Totally. No.
Try
No.
now.
No. sometimes we find that if we have a mic issue, if you like pop out and pop back in, oh, sometimes that definitely does help us. So hang with us for just a second there, Metal Summoners, and we'll make sure that we get everything fixed up, good to go. Angel, oh, there we go.
You hear me? Damn.
Bang. Oh, oh, I had him. I lost him. And now it's the J Show. So while we're getting everything taken care of, keep in mind there that Metal Summoners that we have the Sunday sermon coming up.
Check. Anything?
Yep.
Yeah, totally good.
Okay, cool.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
popped out, popped back in.
Hey, no worries, Skins. All good. So the last thing before we had the slight tech issue was that, you know, you were talking about the branding, the 50-year anniversary, and then it's like, you know, since 1977.
Yep. So for next year, we've already had some people that we've been talking to. It's kind of funny because as soon as it became public that we had purchased Hammerjacks, we've had a lot of people contact us about a lot of different ideas, and some of them are really great ideas that we're pursuing. And we've already been starting to talk to some people about doing some big shows for 2027. So we're working on planning something. You know, the touring cycle for 2026 is pretty much already booked through. So, and doing anything big in 2026 would probably be impossible at this point. But so we're really targeting 2027 to come out big with the national stuff. And until then, we'll be doing some smaller local stuff as well. But yeah, it's exciting, and it's like it's I don't want to call it a burden, but it's a weight because it's such a legendary club and name that, you know, I want to make sure we're doing everything right and not doing anything to tarnish that brand, and take it to the next level and keep it going. You know, as I was on another podcast recently and I mentioned that, you know, CBGB's has sort of set a model in a sense that, you know, there's 12-year-old kids running around with CBGB's t-shirts that aren't really sure what CBGB's was, but then there's older people that see the shirt and are like, yeah, kid, you know, you have no idea what that place was. It was legendary. And, you know, want to tell them the story. And now they've, you know, CBGB's is also doing some concert promotion stuff. So sort of like along, you know, very synergistic along the same lines that we're moving into in that aspect. But again, it's beyond just concert promotion. It's really a lifestyle. And, you know, that's what we want to get that message out to people, that Hammerjacks was a lifestyle, and it still can be, even though we don't have a club. You know,
absolutely. You also, for what it's worth, Skins, because it was kind of funny, you guys picked a hell of a day to put out that announcement.
Yes, we did. I mean, we sort of did that because we thought, okay, people are gonna go, oh, bullshit, you know, Hammerjacks, that's no. But I was surprised at how many orders for merchandise we got that first day, because I was like, if it was me, I would have been like, oh, hell no, I'm not buying something on April Fool's Day from some company that just came back, you know. But no, people were very trusting and very excited. We got a lot of orders that first day for all the different merch. And, you know, we're also trying to bring the merch forward. We have the classic Hammerjacks logo design, but we've tried to introduce some new ideas and concepts in the Hammerjacks logo. We have what we call the classic, and then we have what we call locals, which is the Hammerjacks classic, but with the Baltimore City skyline behind it. So it's for, you know, people in Baltimore are like, oh yeah, I know what that is. You know, that's Baltimore. So that one's for Baltimore. And then we have one that we hope that, you know, maybe younger generations or other people who just already have the classic are interested, called Aftermath. And that's sort of like the splatter design. And we've already got some more ideas for different designs and stuff like that. But, you know, really it's just pushing the name forward and getting it back out there, because it sort of did sit dormant for a few years. And people have a lot of questions about what we want to do with it, and I've already had people going, well, where's the club? And I'm like, well, you know, we don't have a club.
Yeah.
They're like, well, what are you going to do? It's like, we want Hammerjacks to exist. That's what we want.
Absolutely.
And we want people to live it, you know.
For sure, man. And two small mini questions on this segment before we bring it back to Race the Rat and remind everybody about what's going on with the band and leading forward to the shows. And that is one, simple enough. Did you go to Hammerjacks back when it was mini Hammerjacks? And then also, because you're co-sponsoring the two events coming up next week, for anybody who's interested in Hammerjacks merch outside of placing it online, will you have that merch available at these upcoming shows?
So we'll start with that one first. Yes, we will. At the M pre-show, we're not bringing merchandise. We're just gonna we have a table there, and we'll probably give out some stuff. So we'll definitely have some stuff available that we'll be giving out to some people. But that first night there at M pre, we just want people to come out and just meet us. And, you know, there's a lot of people that are like, well, what's the story? What are you going to do? I don't think it should be kept alive or whatever. So we just wanted an opportunity to be there. My partner Maggie is going to be there as well. She doesn't like to be the face of it, so I'm stuck being the face of it. She's the silent partner in the background, but she will be there to meet people. And, you know, come meet us, talk to us. Tell us your stories about Hammerjacks. Give us your ideas. You know, we're open to all of it, and also hear our ideas and hear what we want to do. And Saturday at M3, we do have a 10 by 20 setup. We have a merch tent, but we also have what they call step and repeats. So it's a Hammerjacks kind of big, you know, wall thing that we're going to have up, and we want, you know, people to come by and take pictures with it and ask us, you know, meet us again and ask us what we're going to do and get to know us a little bit. And then Sunday, we're at the Sunday sermon as well, and we will have some merch there available for sale. We are going to have some new merch that's not up on the website yet. So if you look at all the stuff on the website, there will be some additional merch that's going to be like first, you know, shown at these events before it hits the website, and then it'll be up on the website following after that. So we do have some new stuff to check out and look at. And yeah, I mean, yeah, Maggie's looking at all kinds of different merch ideas and going in a whole lot of directions. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe we just sell the stuff we have first, you know.
100%, man.
But
what is the website?
So it's hammerjacks.com.
Right on.
And on there, there's links to there's a new section that's going to go up that's kind of like an about us, about Maggie and myself. And then there's also links to the story, you know, so you can, if you're not familiar with Hammerjacks, there's a section in there that basically tells you what Hammerjacks was right from the start, going all the way back to the original location. I mean, my time at Hammerjacks was at the big, you know, what I call the heyday, the mid to late 80s, early 90s run of Hammerjacks at the big hall on Russell. And but, you know, we're honoring the whole legacy going all the way back to the first locations. And yeah, just come meet us and let us, you know, we're working on a section of the website where people can upload their own photos if they have any. I mean, it's, you know, back then you had to have like a, you know, and then take it to a place and get it developed, you know, stuff. So there's not a lot of video and pictures from back then. But if anybody has any, or even stories, you know, we're going to have a section to, you know, a lot of people have a lot of stories at Hammerjacks. Not all of them people want to be made public, but you know, there are some ones that are for publishing that will, you know, we want people to put up on the site. So the site also consists of like an events page. So right now on that events page, we've got the M pre, we've got M3, and we've got the Sunday sermon listed, and there'll be more coming up as we get them. And then when you click the gear section, it takes you down to preview some gear. And if it's something that you're interested in checking out deeper, you click on that section and it takes you to another website, which is called Hammerjacks Official. So we have hammerjacks.com, which is the main site. And then any of the merchandise stuff that you would be purchasing is on Hammerjacks Official. And that's how you know you're getting the actually real Hammerjack stuff. We didn't buy cheap stuff. One thing we didn't want to have was want to have like weird cotton shirts that holes started appearing on them, or the paint started coming off, after a couple washings. So there's a ton of stuff out there that's not real Hammerjacks. It's not really licensed Hammerjack stuff. So if you get anything, get it from the Hammerjacks Official, and you'll know you'll be getting good, high quality product and not just some crappy stuff that somebody's selling that's not real.
Totally, brother, for sure. And they also did that Pretty Bitchin' Hammerjacks documentary not that long ago either. I mean, that thing was really cool, for sure.
Yep. And we spoke with the people that put that on. They're super nice and super generous. And they gave us all of the footage and said, you can use whatever you want of that footage. As long as we have all the clearances signed for of the people that you might be using, you can use it. And we tried to incorporate some of that into the initial build of our website, but we weren't able to kind of get through that hurdle of getting it on there and making it look good and doing it justice. So we kind of put that to the back burner and may still get some of that stuff. But yeah, I went to the premiere up here, and it was a blast, and it was fun to see all that stuff, the old days, and still friends with some of those people. One thing that we did also that I guess people don't know about is we've contacted some of the old, I don't want to say old, that's bad. I'm not going to strike that. I'm going to say that again. We've contacted some of the bartenders that worked at Hammerjacks and asked them to be involved as well in this. And, I've also had long phone conversations with Bud Becker, who used to be the booking agent there. He's got a million stories that are so great. And we've just recently reached out to Louis Principio, the original owner, to see if we can get him involved in a little bit, or at least, get some perspective from him, let him know that we're trying to do the brand justice and keep it going. So yeah, we really want to move it forward, but at the same time, honor the legacy, and the history that is Hammerjacks.
Absolutely, brother, for sure. And Skins, we really, really appreciate you, man, giving us some insight on that very, very cool venture, man. 100%. And bringing it back to Race the Rat before we let you go for the evening is, again, you and Jeff talked earlier about, just loving to play out and be out and playing the music and, just keeping, Race the Rat right in everybody's in their ears. Is that also your plans for 2026, is just to keep playing out, with Race the Rat and pushing the new music as well as your other bands as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep. We really want to pick up some more shows. And as we had mentioned earlier, we've staggered the release of the singles that we've put out. So the first one was Pray, Hustle and Shake. The second one's the cover of Help. The third one's going to be called Killing Floor, which is coming out in about maybe a month. And then we've got 2 more songs to follow up on the EP with that, when we'll release the full EP in July. So yes, we're definitely planning on following that up with some shows. We will press the EP into a CD format and get that available. And as the songs come out, we're putting them up. They're going up on Spotify and Apple Music and all the streaming platforms. So they're out there now. If you're streaming music, definitely go add it to one of your playlists. It's Pray, Hustle and Shake, and Help is also out now. Make sure you get the Race the Rat version and not that crappy Beatles version.
Who?
Yeah, some band from England, I think.
Some band from England. Can't believe their music even made it across the pond.
Yeah, what the hell?
Absolutely. Skins, it's an absolute pleasure. And of course, on Jeff's behalf as well, we really want to thank him as well. And the thing that's always the most important to myself and Angel is that, you enjoyed your time this evening. You felt respected. You liked the questions that were asked, and you felt that in any way, shape, or form, our little interview could benefit Race the Rat, for your continued success.
Definitely. Yeah. And really appreciate the opportunity to get on with you guys. Love your show. And love that intro too. That intro is great.
Thank you so much,
So
man.
thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And I know Jeff appreciates it too.
Absolutely, for sure. Metal Summoners, we appreciate you guys. Make sure that you guys are checking out Race the Rat on all of the socials for everything that they've got going on for their live shows, including next week on May 3rd for the Sunday sermon with an amazing, lineup headlined by Spread Eagle and with Vicky's Dream closing it out for the after party. So it's going to be, hard drive and rock and roll in the day, and then we're going to get a little gothy at night, but it's definitely going to be an absolute great time. And that's going to be at Fishhead Cantina again next Sunday, May 3rd. It's going to be an absolute great time, but it's also going to be a great weekend. Angel will be coming down for that as well. We've got the party with Dave Dillman. We've got M3 on Saturday, May 2nd, and it's just going to be great times had by all. Really, really good stuff. Lot 5 is always popping when it comes to everything that goes on there. Is like a tailgate party central. So it's definitely going to be a great weekend. But thank you, Metal Summoners. Get out there. Make sure you guys are supporting live music. Make sure you guys are supporting Race the Rat and everything that they've got going from their upcoming EP, as well as the live performance next week, and then everything that they've got going as they hit the road throughout the year. And keep an eye out for everything that Skins and Maggie are doing as far as Hammerjacks returning, building, growing, getting better, and being a lifestyle, being a brand, and just being an absolutely great thing. Make sure that you guys are following the Metal Summit on the YouTube page as well as the Facebook page. That's where the interviews are done. That's where we're live at right now. And if you also like knowing what Metal Summit is up to on the quicker side, the Instagram page is a great one to follow because we do put out a lot of our announcements there first, and they trickle down to our other socials as well. For Angel, you can find him at Angel Alamo 78 on Instagram. He can also be found on his personal page on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram at salem.vampire. I also have a page for that name on Facebook and a personal page as well. Our beloved Psycho Steve, who works behind the scenes, you can find him at psychostevepresents.com, as well as the real Psycho Steve on Instagram. And of course, make sure that you guys are, like I said before, following Race the Rat on everything that they've got going and getting out and supporting live music and allowing them to keep doing what they do best. But take care, be good to each other. We will get our confirmations for our next week's episode over the weekend, and watch out for those guest announcements. And we really appreciate you guys tuning in, rocking out, and showing Jeff and Skins all of those courtesies and a lot of love to the Race the Rat camp. So we're going to let him go for this evening, and we're going to go for this evening, but we will see you guys back again in a week. Take care, be good, keep listening to music. As always, You've been watching the Metal Summit.